Hey guys, Ralph here, and welcome to True Power. Sleepwater Sugar, baby. Musicians Fitness. The greatest protocol in the history of music or anywhere else to get yourself in shape, happy, healthy, and independently wealthy. We're talking about singers. Get this book, Kettlebells for Singers. You'll have it today. Email me at the email at the end of all my videos. That's also my PayPal account. Shoot me $10, and yeah, you'll have it today. You'll have it today, and you can get started being better than Michael Jackson. Better singer. Guy couldn't sing. We'll get to it in a minute. You want to really get to it? Get to the greatest diet in the history of the planet. The sugar rules. Or you notice that the is in parentheses. You can just say sugar rules, baby. Anyway, Michael Jackson. Now, let me start with this. There's two Michael Jacksons we're talking about. Okay? Michael Jackson, the performer, Michael Jackson, the entertainer, may have been the greatest performer, entertainer that the world has ever known. And I'm right there in the front seat screaming, yeah, Michael, do it, moonwalk. Riveting performance. Now, I'm going to leave a link down below of, you've all seen it, 25th anniversary of Motown. Absolutely thrilling where he did Billie Jean. It was awesome. The entire performance, the dancing, the way he commands the stage, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Now, the music was piped in. He wasn't singing live. Ooh, what are you talking about, Ralph? We'll get to that in a minute. Okay? But Michael Jackson, the performer, was great. Great. Maybe, just maybe, Elvis, Sinatra, Pavarotti, maybe the greatest of all time. Whitney Houston. All right? But here's the deal. The guy couldn't sing. The guy couldn't sing. Now, there's many, many reasons for that. And I don't know all of them. I really don't. Who knows what this poor man did to himself over the years. But we know for sure. What was he, a 10-year-old kid? And he's a national celebrity working week after week, 8 shows a week, everything from Las Vegas to Reno to Atlantic City to all around the world. And yes, it was the Jackson 5. He was there with his brothers. But he was the front man. And that was all before his voice changed. Okay? And you can listen to it. Listen, I'm not going to put it down. You can go back and listen. Listen to Ben. I mean, as impressive as it was all strained. La da 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 la da. It was all strained. All strained. Now, that could only take unbelievable tone, strain, stress on his vocal cords. Now, when he grew up, voice change, puberty, the whole, he dropped out for a little while, and he came back, you know, Thriller, Billie Jean, and sort of reinvented himself as a solo performer without his brothers. Okay? But even then, guys, if you can tell, and you listen to it, he was trying to retain that sweet soprano tone. Remember, tone, power, range, and endurance are the 4 things we're talking about. He was trying to retain that tone of when he was a kid. Falsettos and manipulating the stuff, and God only knows what kind of things he did, you know, surgically to try to maintain that, and it didn't work. It didn't work. Now, again, the 4 main qualities for any singer: tone, power, range, and endurance. Tone, he had none. He had none. You may find his natural voice pleasing, but we're talking compared to Whitney Houston, compared to Pavarotti, compared to Placido Domingo, compared to Eileen Farrell, compared to Lady Gaga, compared to Streisand. And we're going to do videos on all of them, okay, before we're done. But compared to them, he had no tone whatsoever. It was strained, it was out of tune, it was pinched. And I guarantee you guys, you didn't want to hear it live. All right? And I'll get to that. Don't worry. Tone, power. Now, today's performer doesn't need power. They have a microphone right there attached to their head, whatever the case may be. And the sound man takes care of all the power. So power isn't as big a deal as, again, back in the day, Pavarotti tried to fill up the Metropolitan Opera, the Sydney Opera House, or something like that. So it's not, so power will give it to him. Tom Power range. He had some range. It was all falsetto, kind of squeezed. It was any range. And endurance, he had none. And that will bring us to every single performance he had after a period of time. It was piped in. Now look at the Merv Griffin show when he's there with his brothers. Guys, those guitars and everything were not hooked up to anything. That wasn't a live performance. They danced and they did their thing and they looked great and it was entertaining. It was great. Now, look at that Billie Jean thing that I'm going to put down below. But what I want you to do, all of you, before you watch it, okay, is just get up, and it doesn't have to be good. Close the door so nobody sees you. Sing Happy Birthday. Sing We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Just simple little tune. In your key, doesn't matter. Okay, just sing it while you are just leisurely skipping around the room. After 30 seconds, you're panting like you just ran a marathon. Guys, you can't, anybody, Beyonce, anybody that dance, and we'll do something on Beyonce. She had a better chops than Michael Jackson. But anybody that dances like that, guys, cannot sing at the same time without missing syllables at the very least and not being totally exhausted after a 3-minute song. It just doesn't happen that way. If you go to Broadway and somebody's singing live, there's dancing going on behind him, and he or she may do some dance steps while they're not singing, and then they'll come back, you know, with a fringe on top and all that sort of stuff. They'll dance a little bit, but they will not while they're singing, guys. Try it. Then go watch Billie Jean, and you will see the discrepancies in his lip singing, syncing, and all that sort of stuff. It's all piped in. Now, I said, for pure entertainment value, who cares? It was brilliant. But the guy can't sing. So tone, power, range. I'll give you range. I shouldn't. He's got 1 out of 4. You talk about a four-star hotel. He's got 1 star. Guys, he couldn't sing. Now, the plastic surgery. Anybody that sings knows that the nose is vitally important to your resonance, your tone production, the sinuses, all this around here, vitally, vitally important. Now, I want you to try this. Hum, and then close your nose. Sound comes out your nose. When you're talking, when you're singing, it's vitally important. That's why, you know, great opera stars, they can't sing when they have a cold. Their sinuses and everything's all clogged up. They can't do it. Now, he had at least, now, one more thing. The great Barbra Streisand, and we will do a video on her, the great Barbra Streisand, had a very awkward-looking nose. She was actually a beautiful woman with cheekbones and eyes. She was beautiful, but she had a very awkward nose. I thought she was quite pretty the way she made up and all that sort of stuff. But she refused to get any nose job because it would ruin her voice. How many nose jobs did this poor guy have? At least 5. At least 5. Guys, he couldn't sing. He was shot. His cheekbones and everything have all been augmented or whatever. I bet you would be surprised. I bet if he actually tried to sing live, he couldn't go to your basic state, high school, all-state audition and make the chorus. Yeah, again, nothing against him. Don't speak ill of the dead and all that sort of stuff. Guy's brilliant performer, maybe the best ever. Couldn't sing a note. All right? Guys, get my books. Get some kettlebell started. Tone, power, range, and endurance. Unlimited. Without changing one thing that you're doing with your technique. We are the instrument. Make your instrument world class. You can do that. And the world is yours, Chico. And everything in it. Love you all.